Hey Internet, Acid Jane here, and welcome to another episode of Love Bites. So in the last episode, we finished up the prologue and kind of got all of our romances together, and apparently we're gonna start our first work week. I can't believe we have 5 different jobs. We're gonna go ahead and get started, it looks like, with Sabrina at the record store. You shift slightly in your bed, your limbs feel like deadwood, and you could readily stay in bed except for the headache playing havoc in your skull, but we didn't even get drunk last night. Stirring, you groggily sit up on the edge of your bed, and your feet hit the floor with a heavy thump. Blurrily, you look at your surroundings and realize that you fell asleep in your clothes from the night before. Rough? Oh, Nick. You glance down and see your dog giving a concerned glance in your direction. He gives your leg a gentle lick. Oh, thank you, Nick. There's a knock at your door, and for a moment it feels like someone is driving nails into your skull. Hey, kiddo, you awake? Ugh. And good morning to you, too. Do you want some toast with that? Sorry, Dad. I don't feel that well. I can imagine why. You know, I'm a little disappointed. Huh? I offered to pick you up. With a hangover this bad, you really shouldn't have driven home. I didn't drink that much. There was something wrong with the drinks. I didn't feel so great at the bar. I didn't drink that much. And I didn't drink that thing that whatever his name, Damien, tried to give us, so I should have been okay. I'm gonna say I didn't drink that much, but that's the thing. I only had a few drinks. I know my limits. Sometimes it's easy to forget just how much you drink, especially when you're with your friends. You rummage through your pockets and pull out a couple receipts and show them to your father. Yes, girl, show him the receipts! See, I didn't drink that much. Well, come downstairs when you can and I'll have breakfast ready. Joshua closes the door and the sound sends another slight wave of pain through your head, but at least it's not as bad as before. From the corner of your eye, Nick has his teeth bared and is snarling at you. Nick! Nick, why? Please be quiet, boy. Nick cocks his head and gives another slightly more hesitant growl before pawing at the closed door. With a slight sigh, you rise from the bed and get ready to start your day. Uh-oh. Something bad happened at the bar, didn't it? Now that you have some free time, you find yourself back at home, rummaging around the refrigerator. For some reason, you've been hungrier than normal, but nothing really seems to taste as good lately. Uh-oh. You're eyeing the lunch meats and wonder how it would taste in a potato chip sandwich. When you hear someone clear their throat behind you, turning you see your stepfather standing behind you, a small look of embarrassment on his face. Hey, Dad, do you need in here? No, I'm good. Joshua pats his stomach for emphasis, and then his features grow a little more serious. If you got some time, I could use a favor. Sure, what do you need? I'd like you to speak to Sabrina. I know Sabrina is an adult. Turning 18 will do that for you. However, something is going on with her, and I don't want her to ruin her life for it. Oh yeah, Sabrina was into that really powerful sorcerer-like lady, the one who told Damien off at the bar last night, and we never got a chance to talk with Sabrina last night, so... I'll ask her one more time, but I don't feel comfortable interrogating her. Well, she should be home in about a half hour. I'll see her then. You decide to wait in Sabrina's bedroom to talk with her. This bedroom is fucking amazing, Sabrina. Oh my god. This will give you a measure of privacy and hopefully persuade her to open up to you. The room feels quite spacious since it doubles as a painting studio. It feels quite cheery, especially when the morning sun lights up the room, making the various paintings feel alive. Looking at each painting it's like looking at various points of Sabrina's life. There's the finger painting from first grade, which earned her a blue ribbon in competition. There's another which Sabrina made for a girl she was crushing on, but was rejected when she shared her desire. Oh, Sabrina. Then your eyes are drawn to some other pictures, some on the ceiling, some above her bed. These look to be quite more recent. Look at the ceiling, look above the bed. I have a feeling that Sabrina's gonna catch us, and I think in this game it might be possible to pursue a relationship with Sabrina, which is super weird because she's our stepsister, but I'd rather keep all options open, so let's look above the bed. Your eyes are drawn to a painting of some reptilian figure. At first it puts you in mind of an alligator, gemstones adorning its back and along the border. However, there's something odd about the gems. As you peer in closer, you see each contains an image of a person. Each person appears to be pounding at the gems trapped within the shimmering surface. Ooh. You step back from the paintings and you see that you have at least another 10 minutes before Sabrina gets back. Though you had worked with her earlier, you know her schedule can be quite erratic, even after work. Oh, so we already went to work. Oh, thank God. So you find yourself standing at her dresser. The top is cluttered with various sundry items like her jewelry, makeup, and whatnot. Then you spy a sketch pad. There is a piece of paper exposed. Looking closer and noting the quality of the picture, it comes from a time when Sabrina was much less skilled. It shows a figure that looks somewhat like you, dressed in a medieval gown of some kind. Oh, Sabrina's crushing on us. She really is, isn't she? Ooh, kinda weird because she's our stepsister, but okay. You're locked in a cage behind a dragon, and battling the dragon is a knight, but one that appears to be Sabrina-shaped. You start to turn the picture around to get a better look when you hear a clink as your shoe presses up against something. Looking down, you see something like a point sticking out of the bottom of the dresser. Curious, you pull it out and find that it is a rather wicked-looking dagger. There appears to be some dried red flakes on the side of the blade. Oh, holy shit, Sabrina, what have you been doing? Suddenly, you hear Nick give a welcoming bark from down below. You quickly put the dagger back and take a seat at the foot of Sabrina's bed. The door opens with great energy as Sabrina dashes into the room, and she about falls when she sees you sitting there quietly. Hey, Kaitlyn. Hey, Sabrina. Several moments of quiet pass, and you find yourself clearing your throat. I guess you're wondering why I'm in your room. Among other things, yes. She takes a seat beside you, and you notice there's a hint of apple blossoms in the air. This is about Dad again, isn't it? Yeah. Don't get mad at him, he's just worried. Look, I don't want to get into a fight about it, but this isn't his business. Nor mine? Sabrina looks at you and there's a sad look on her face. I'd like to tell you really I would, but we haven't really had a chance to talk in a long time, have we? Oh, Sabrina, are you slaying dragons on the side for us? I don't know why dragons would be coming after us, but okay. No, I miss those talks. Don't get me wrong, you had college and I had school and now my job. Sabrina goes silent and you give her hand a gentle squeeze. For what it's worth, I've enjoyed working with you on the job. Me too. Ask about the sketch pad, ask about the dagger, talk inconsequential stuff. Let's not ask about the sketch pad because I think that would just be revealing her crush on us and it would just embarrass her. We could talk about inconsequential stuff, but I'm afraid that won't get us anywhere. I think we should ask her about the fucking dagger. Ooh, Huntress alignment. Cool. Please don't get mad at me. About what? While waiting, I found your knife below your dresser. Were you spying on me? No, I was admiring your artwork and bumped up against it. I thought I had put it away, so what are you gonna do with this bit of information? Nothing. Nothing? I thought you were going to tell Dad. As far as I'm concerned, this is between us, and when you wish, if you wish to tell me, you will. You rise from the bed and make your way to the door. Just as you twist the knob, you feel a moment of dread rise along your spine. You glance in Sabrina's direction, and a brief thought flashes through your mind. Enemy. Oh, fuck. Oh, and Kaitlyn's face right now. Oh, God. She honestly has the scariest face in this whole damn game. Sabrina looks at you with concern. Do I have something on my face? No, I just realized how grown up you've become. And as for Dad, I'll tell him to back off. Thanks. Monday, June 2nd. While restocking shelves, you were quite taken aback by how... Oh shit, well, guess we'll find out what that says later. So it's the next day. Apparently we're going to be working with Viktor. Alright. You look at your phone, then the building before you, then your phone once more. This is where I'm supposed to show up? You check the address Viktor sent to you one last time and shrug. At least you aren't late. In fact, you have 5 minutes to spare. However, the way Nick is taking his time on his morning walk, you thought for sure you'd be late. Broken windows and cracked walls surround you, and the smell of rotten eggs assault your nostrils. Oh, something smelled like it was rotting at the bar, so it must have had something to do with Viktor. You feel something lightly tap the top of your head. Instinctually, you look up and see the ceiling is as devastated as the walls. We probably should not be standing around in this dilapidated building. You look around the building, wondering whether Viktor was playing a joke at your expense, but for the time you've known him, that would be entirely out of character. Yeah, he's too pretentious to joke around, I guess. So you take another look around the place to pass the time. You see some graffiti on the back wall, while there seems to be a pile of something dark burned into the floor in the corner. Check out the graffiti, look in the corner. Definitely look in the corner. You go to the corner and see that it appears to be cleaner than the rest of the building. However, what draws your attention is a set of shoe prints burned into the floor. You give the blackened step a nudge with your foot and meet with resistance. So you bend down and run your hand over it and find it to be burnt rubber. Interesting. Somebody's shoes got burned into the ground. What the hell? A couple more minutes pass when you hear the door at the far end of the room creak open. Viktor is standing there, looks at his watch, and gives a smile. He looks like that dude in that cartoon about Atlantis. 8 a.m., right on the dot. I'm glad to see that you make efficient use of your time. Actually, I got here about 2 or 3 minutes ago. Viktor goes quiet, chews on his lip in a gesture you realize is indicative of him deep in thought. He gives a slight nod of his after about a minute passes. 3 minutes is still within the parameters of acceptable arrival time. I never knew someone who'd get upset if someone came a little early. Not so much upset as disappointed. Oh? Think of it this way. Every minute that passes is one you can never reclaim, correct? I can't argue with that. Yes, you can, Kaitlyn, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Of course not. It is a logical conclusion. Therefore, if you go somewhere too early, all you are doing is wasting time, which could be used in a more productive fashion. You might have a point, but there are still ways to make it enjoyable. For instance, I was looking around and I found all this creepy shit down here. Want to explain that? Perhaps. However, that topic should wait for another day, as you must commence your duties. Please follow me. You stride down a darkened hallway, and if anything, it is even worse than the previous room you were just in. However, you then come across a thick metal door, and near it is a smaller metal box, which is divided into 2 portions. The upper half appears to be some kind of scanner, while the bottom part holds the outline of a hand. Unauthorized presence detected. Please step away from the entrance point or prepare for proper deterrence. Proper deterrence? What the fuck is that? I would normally be impressed by your security measures, but what does it mean by deterrence? Thank you, Kaitlyn. For the moment, it is better that you do not know. Needless to say, it isn't pleasant. Viktor steps in front of you and clears his throat. Computer, override. Authorization, Viktor. Voice analysis accepted. Command acknowledged. Anti-entry measures powering down. Oh my god. Sorry about that. Once we get you settled in, I will see about adding your biometric data to the security system. You won't have any problems in the future. Viktor puts his head near the scanner and places his hand on the outline. 2 red lights appear, scanning his eye and his hand. Retinal scan and handprint accepted. Welcome back, Viktor. Isn't that a little, well, paranoid? Possibly, but I don't think you could ever be too prepared, don't you think? Oh. So you can never be too prepared, but you can always come too early. Prepared for what? Armageddon? Not this location. One question. Why an abandoned building? Is it because you're hiding something? Step this way and you will see. Oh god, don't follow him, Kaitlyn. You follow Viktor through the metallic doorway and you find yourself in a room filled with several technological marvels. Oh my god, he is that guy from Atlantis. So, what do you think? Amazing. And all of this is yours? I got an inheritance from my grandfather separate from my family's wealth. So, they don't know about this place? Maybe my father. However, if he does, he hasn't brought it up, and I would prefer to keep it that way. Also, do you have blood spattered on this apron you've got going on here, Viktor? From Viktor's tone of voice, you could tell that this is a bit of a sore subject to him. Do you mind if I look around? Be my guest, though I guess you are technically my employee now. Your eyes are drawn to the shelves at the back. You first start looking through his bottles of chemicals, and you find yourself quite impressed. There's a good number that you couldn't have unless you had the appropriate licenses, wealth, or both. Slightly more worrisome, though, are some you could swear are illegal. Yeah, what the fuck are you doing, Viktor? You, making some sort of Frankenstein? Oh my god, is that what we're here for? Then your eyes are drawn to a specimen jar, but it contains a creature you never saw before. It looks vaguely reptilian, but has 2 prominent fangs at the front. Oh god! Ooh! Viktor? What is this? Oh, that's my Chupacabra. Very funny. Seriously, what is it? Some kind of mutant lizard? I told you, it's my Chupacabra. Haha, wait, you're serious, aren't you? Completely. You feel a slight uneasiness fill you, and you hold onto the shelf for support. Man, this girl really needs to get some Skittles or something for her blood sugar, because she is passing out left and right. So that thing in the jar, it's real? DNA sequencing shows it as being no known species. Then this lab, it is really a secret lab. Are you some kind of mad scientist? Victor appears slightly hurt by the appellation. Mad? Do I give off that impression? No, sorry, it's just a turn of phrase, so when you're not in school, I guess you could say I'm a sort of paranormal investigator. And you believe all this is real? Well, I was going to wait before saying this, but if you want to go with me on my next investigation, you're welcome to come. It might just be you, but you think you detect some redness in Victor's cheeks, as if he is somewhat bashful to invite you. And you don't have any other motive for wanting me there? The redness increases a little and Victor slightly stammers. Of course not. Agree to go for science, agree to keep him company, you'll consider it. I really don't like Victor, but I think it's stupid to close off story paths, so we'll go for science. Oh, we got the nerd alignment. Okay, interesting. Of course I'll go. I mean, if you're being honest about the Chupacabra, imagine what else there might be. Scientific discovery is one of the purest motives there can be. So, what are you gonna have me do today? Nothing too onerous. Simple reorganization and cleaning to start with. Oh, great. Okay, so you and Victor went to a new site today only to quickly retreat when the radiation meter went off the chart. The two of you underwent a decontamination procedure, which Victor promised. Oh no, why does it keep doing that? I wasn't able to read it in time. And oh my god, what the hell is happening? Why are we in a dungeon? What? What? Well, okay. So I've been recording for quite a while, so as much as I'd hate to, I'm gonna have to leave this episode here. I'm gonna keep recording, obviously. Oh my god, what are those sounds? I'm gonna keep recording, obviously, because I really want to know what happens next. But yeah, I am gonna end this episode here. I really hope that you enjoyed this episode of Love Bites, and I will talk to you again in another video very soon. Goodbye!